Get a little restorative going this morning. So go ahead and start off in a nice easy seat, closing your eyes here. And once you are comfortably seated and your eyes are closed, start to notice your breath. Just take a nice deep breath in. Nice, smooth exhale out. Just focus on the breathing right now. Get nice, smooth inhales. Nice, smooth exhales. And then as you breathe, start to just notice how your body feels. Are there any achy spaces? Any tight spots? Any tension that you're holding on to, especially through your neck and your jaw? And then with your next breath, tune into those spaces. Pick an achy space or a stressful space. And as you exhale, relax. Let that jaw soften. Let the shoulders rest. Start to relax, letting go of any tension. Again, nice big inhale. Nice smooth exhale. Continuing to relax throughout your body, just noticing those spaces that might need a little extra attention today. And then let's start with some neck rolls. Let that chin drop to your chest. Starting to feel that nice stretch along your back and into the top of your shoulders. Then slowly bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Let the head drop back. Left ear to left shoulder. And on around again. Again, taking care. I know this is probably, except Gisela, who's already been on a hike this morning. This is probably our first big movements of our day. So we want to be a little extra careful here as we warm up our bodies. And then let's go ahead and switch directions. Left ear to left shoulder. Let the head drop back. Check in, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Bring your ear to your shoulder, not the other way around. And then bring your head back into neutral. With your next inhale, sit up tall. Let those shoulders roll back. And then let's bring that left arm across our body, hooking it with our right. Inhale, lengthen through our spine, and exhale. Let that left shoulder drop away from your ear, stretching into that top of your shoulder and through the back of your shoulder. And then exhale, slowly release that left shoulder, and then inhale. Let's bring the right arm across, sitting up tall. Exhale, let that right shoulder move away from your right ear, getting as deep as you can into that your upper back and out through your shoulder. And release. Again, sitting up tall, noticing if you've hunched over, bring that spine back to a nice neutral alignment. And as you exhale, bring that right hand to the mat. Inhale, send the left arm up. And then exhale, reach across. And so make sure you're not slumping into your right side, but that you're reaching, you're lifting your ribs up as you stretch over to the side. Coming all the way to your forearm if that feels okay, or just stay on your hand here. Reaching, feeling that long stretch right there from your arm all the way into your hip. Like you're just stretching and waking up. And then inhale, let's come through the center, and exhale to the other side. Reaching out long with that right arm. Really moving the right rib away from that right hip to help deepen and lengthen that stretch. And then inhale back through the center. Hands on your knees for a seated cat and cow. So inhale, lift through the heart, shoulders roll back, opening through our throat, through our chest. Maybe you're feeling a little stretch in your belly. And then exhale, pushing that heart back through the shoulder blades, chin tucks into the chest as you stretch into that upper back. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. A couple more times here at your own pace. And then we'll go ahead and come back into neutral. Little side to side movement if that feels good. Be a little creative here, moving in a way that just feels good for you. And we'll come back through the center, and now we'll get ready for our first restorative pose. We're going to bring those legs, our feet together, that is, knees to the outside, sitting up tall as our belly button pulls in, something under your thighs if you need it, bolster behind you, bolster ramp if you prefer, so you can put that block under your bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can use couch pillows or just roll up a blanket for your lower back at the very least to give it a little extra support. If butterfly is a little too intense this morning, you can extend one leg out and keep one leg in butterfly, and then partway through switch to the other side. So you've got a lot of options here. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, palms to the side, and slowly roll onto your bolster. Legs are getting heavy, arms are out to a T or right beside you, whatever feels good. Again, check in on those legs. If it's feeling a little too much, you can put those blocks or blankets or whatever you have out on the outsides of your thighs to give your legs a little more support. Then take a deep breath in, big breath in. Imagine you could breathe all the way to your root, right there at your root chakra, all the way to that tip of your tailbone. And then exhale as you let your body get heavy and sink onto your bolster. Eyes are closed, free of distraction, and just rest right here. Draw your attention back to your breath, noticing the rise and fall of your belly. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and gently guide those legs back together. And then you can roll all the way over to one side. Bring a hand to the mat and gently press yourself up. We're going to move into some nice easy twists. If you would like to keep your bolster nice and low, you can do that, or you can bring it into a ramp. And we're going to keep our back right up against that bolster. Sit up nice and tall, bring those legs in, and then drop your legs over to one side. And slowly walk the hands around. Now, if you can twist all the way around to where you're lying on your left cheek, go for it if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, you can stay right here on the right side, whatever feels right in your body. If you find that you're getting too much space between your hip and the bolster, you can't get right up to it, you could add a block or roll up a blanket in there for a little extra added comfort. Let your arms relax off to the side or hug them under the bolster, whatever feels good. And then take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, sink into this twist. Feel your back twist all the way up through your neck. Wringing out our stress here, letting go of whatever's holding us, keeping us stressed or bogged down or just mentally fatigued right now. Let it go and sink onto that bolster. And then start to draw your attention to your breath, getting ready to move. And when you're ready, press your palms into your mat and gently walk those hands on up. Move that neck nice and slow. It might be a little stiff from being on one side. Come on up, and we're gonna roll right over to the other side. Coming back through the center, dropping the legs over to the opposite side, walking those hands around. Now, be careful, you might not be able to go quite as far on this side as you did your other side. So go where it feels natural and feels comfortable, but yet you're getting a nice stretch. And take a nice big deep breath in and sink onto that bolster. Making sure your neck is comfortable. And then just take that nice rest here. We're connecting through our heart here onto our bolster if you can. And if you're finding you can't come all the way onto your bolster, throw it like one of your bed pillows would be great. An extra layer here or a blanket, whatever you need. And rest. Begin to notice your breath. Waking ourselves up here. Let's press our palms into the mat. Come on up, but this time we're going to come right on around, bringing our knees right underneath of us into tabletop. We're going to get ready for pigeon. I'll give you a pigeon alternative just in case pigeon is not your friend these days. I know that we're all a little stiffer than we usually are. So those of you going into pigeon, we're going to come into that tabletop. Extend that right leg back, push into those right toes to give our calf a nice little stretch, and then inhale, bring that right knee to our right wrist. Exhale, slide that left leg back. Make sure you put a block under that right hip to give you that extra support should you need it. Bringing your bolster, I like my bolster right along my shin so I can just kind of cradle it, roll right around it. If you prefer to bring your bolster right out in front of you, that's another option. Or if you'd like to come all the way to the ground, come all the way to the ground here. If you are not feeling pigeon today, that's okay. Instead, come into like almost a hero's pose. Bring that leg in. bring your bolster right along that leg, and you can drape right around that bolster, or you can turn it into a ramp if you need a little more space between you and the floor. So find which pose works for you. And then take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, hips get heavy, shoulders get heavy as they move forward, letting your body relax. Just let those shoulders sink toward the floor. Now check in real quick here. If you're in pigeon, are you pressing those legs in? Do you feel like you're holding on anywhere? If you're holding on through the arms or whether it be the legs pressing in, put something under that hip so you can totally relax here. We don't want to hold on here. And rest. With your next breath, tune into that hip. Press those palms in and gently bring yourself up. Palms press into the mat, flipping that back toe, returning to tabletop. If you are sitting with that half tree, fallen tree, or half hero's pose, whatever we want to call it this morning, you can go ahead and switch to the other side. If you were in pigeon and you'd like to move those hips from side to side, go for it here. Usually that feels good after that hip's been sitting there for a couple of minutes. All right, let's move on to the left. Extend that left leg, push out through those left toes. Nice big stretch into that calf. And then inhale, left knee to left wrist. Get that foot out from underneath of you, extending that right leg back. Finding that comfortable space. Now, if you'd rather bring that left leg in or left foot in, connect it to that right thigh with that right leg extended. That is your alternative here. Actually feels pretty good in the thigh. Take a nice big deep breath in, whichever pose you chose, and come on forward, hinging forward. Onto your bolster, all the way to the ground, whatever feels good to you. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, really relax through those shoulders, Relax through the belly, through your pelvis. Notice if you're pushing into the mat or holding on anywhere. Let it go, relax, and have your rest. We take a big breath in, tuning into that hip, and then palms to the mat and gently press yourself up. Coming back into that tabletop one more time. Moving those hips from side to side here. Maybe a big circle and a couple of circles in one direction and then moving in the other direction. And then we'll go ahead. We are going to move into a supported bridge, but we're going to also do those hamstring stretches in our supported bridge. So if you'd like a bolster for your supported bridge, go for it. If you'd like it a little more intense, you'll use your block. So you're going to go ahead and just sit right on that bolster if that feels good. I actually like to bring my block toward my bottom and put my bottom kind of on the block and the bolster, and then roll on back. So now I'm opening through my pelvis, my belly, and my chest. So find what feels good for you, but remember, we're going to do those hamstring stretches, so make sure you're in a balanced space too, that it's not too much of an acrobatic act here. We're trying to open through our belly. All right. So if you have your strap, great. If you have an old t-shirt or dish towel or whatever you have, or if you want to reach your hand up to your big toe, you absolutely can. So with With your next inhale, let's hug our right leg in. Big squeeze of that right leg, and then take that strap and wrap it around the ball of your right foot. And on your inhale, let's lengthen through this leg. Hopefully you feel stable. If you feel a little unstable, like you're not quite in the right space, take time to adjust it. Remember to let your shoulders relax. Then inhale, push that heel away from you, nice and long through the back of that leg. Check in on the back of those knees. If it's hurting the back of your knee, give it a little bend. And then with your exhale, let's move those toes toward the floor above our head. Now you should be able to get a little deeper into this hamstring stretch since we're up on this bolster. It's like our leg's a little extension of our leg here. Really bringing that leg in. Inhale, continue to lengthen and push that heel away. And exhale, bring those toes toward the floor above your head. If you'd like to reach up and grab your toes, you're welcome to give that a shot. Couple more breaths here. And then let's bring that leg back into neutral. Remove the strap. Give that leg one more hug and then go ahead and send it out to your mat. And then inhale, bring the left leg in, nice big hug. Wrapping that strap around the ball of that left foot. And when you're ready, on that inhale, lengthen through your leg. Check in on your lower back real quick here and make sure your lower back is feeling comfortable. I know mine's feeling a little more stretched than it normally does in this pose, which actually feels pretty good. Inhale, continue to lengthen through this leg. Really pushing that heel away from you, making sure you're not overextending the back of that knee. And when you're ready, let's bring those toes toward the floor above our head. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, sinking those toes. Couple of more breaths. And release that leg, removing the strap. Hug that left leg in, and then exhale, extend that left leg out. And now we're going to hang out here in that bridge, but double check that you're still comfortable, that nothing shifted, giving you any pain in your lower back. We want to keep that lower back nice and safe. Check in on your neck. If your neck's not feeling well supported, you could roll up a blanket and put it underneath of your neck. Then release those arms out to the side. Big inhale. Big exhale as everything gets heavy and sinks onto the mat, to the floor. And rest. Tune into your breath. You can bring your hands onto your belly here and notice your belly rise and fall. And then let's bend those legs in. And then gently roll over to one side and press yourself on up. We're going to move into our final resting pose, which is supported fish. I'm sure that doesn't surprise anyone. So if you'd like to take that more intense supported fish, you can use your block. Otherwise, you can come onto your bolster. I'm keeping that block to help give me a little extra support to my bottom. I'm bringing my lower back right up to that block. If you have one of those skinny bolsters or a blanket you can roll up and place underneath of your knees for a little added support, you are welcome to do that. You're going to slowly roll on back. Bringing your head to that. If you want to bring your neck to the very corner of your bolster, I like that feeling of it stretching my neck a little more. Or if you'd like to just totally drop it off the back, you can, really opening through the throat. Or you can just bring your head right onto the bolster and let your neck be supported that way. Arms can come out to the side or out to a T, or if you're feeling it, you can bring them all the way above your head. Then with your next breath, scan your body. See if there's anything you need to be just even a little bit more comfortable. And make those adjustments. Getting into the most comfortable space that you can here. Let your shoulders really roll around that bolster. Tune in to any tension, where you're holding on to any stress. Take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, release that stress, release that tension. And again, big deep breath in. Nice big exhale out. One more time, big deep breath in. And with this exhale, relax that jaw. Your tongue will fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let your face soften. Let everything relax. Send those thoughts away on their little thought bubble. And really just rest. With your next breath, bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And just stay right where you're at. Feeling the rise and fall of your breath. And if you'd like to repeat after me, you can, or you can just say this quietly in your head. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will be grateful for my many blessings. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will be kind to my neighbor and all living things. We'll close our practice right here, and you're welcome to continue just to hang out on your mat for as long as you like. Thank you for being here this morning. Namaste.